Hello everyone, it's Miss Cary and I'm going to talk to you about your Gregorian Chant assignment. So Gregorian Chant developed around 750 from a synthesis of Roman and Gallican chants from Gaul and was commissioned by the Carolingian rulers in France. The chants of the office, sung during the canonical hours, have their roots in the early 4th century when desert monks following Saint Anthony introduced the practice of continuous psalmody, singing the complete cycle of 150 psalms each week. So the office is the order of how things proceed during worship. So the things they did every day, they started singing the Psalms, all of them. So they had to write them down. And this was when Pope Gregory was the Pope. So this picture shows a dove, which represents the Holy Spirit, sitting on Pope Gregory's shoulder, singing the chants into his ear, and the monks writing them down. Gregorian chant evolved to fulfill various functions in the liturgy. Broadly speaking, liturgical recitatives, which are sing-song type verses, are used for texts intoned by deacons or priests. Antiphonal chants accompany the actions, the entrance of the officiant, the collection of offerings, and the distribution of the sanctified bread and wine. Responsorial chants expanded on readings and lessons. So here's some images of the medieval manuscripts, and I want you to look at the music. So how many lines did they use? What did the notes look like? Do they look like the notes that we use today? Gregorian melodies are traditionally written using neumes, and that's the blob of ink representing the note of sound, the pitch. An early form of musical notation from which the modern 4-line and 5-line staff developed. So here's a couple more. These are from Ireland. So this one uses 4 lines, always in Latin. And often they would decorate the first letter of the first word of the text. All hand drawn, no printing press. So there are 3 kinds of Gregorian chant. Syllabic, which is 1 syllable for every note. And an example is, Mary had a little lamb, a note for each syllable. Melismatic, a few syllables over many notes. So the Christmas carol, Angels We Have Heard on High, Gloria. So that first syllable had many, many notes. Melismatic. And pneumatic is a combination of the both, of both styles. In between, 1 syllable over a few notes. Amazing, 2 notes there. Grace, how sweet the sound that saved us. So combination. So here is a table of neumes. And take a look at these. So when you drew just a square That's one note, a punctum. This is before time signatures and things like that. The next one, a potatus. The bottom note is sung first, and then, so the note on the line, and then the note on the space. And then you move across, sing this note, and then that note, if they're barred together like that. So it's completely different from how we do it now. So these are all the choices, and there's more than this. These are some of the basic ones. Okay? We'll come back to this in a second, because we're going to get to your assignment now. You have to have a clef, because that tells you what range you're singing in. It says, we're going to call this line this note. So the fa clef tells you where fa is. And if we're in C, that's F. C, D, E, whoops, yeah. Do, re, mi, fa, C, D, E, F. And the do clef tells you where do is, the number one note. So even if you haven't had music, you don't understand this. It's just locks one point on your graph, designates it a note, and so then you can relate all your notes to that point. So then I'll read what the definition is. A clef, from French clef meaning key, is a musical symbol used to indicate the pitch of written notes. Placed on one of the lines at the beginning of the staff. Now this is British, and here we call it a staff. It indicates the name and pitch of the notes on that line. This line serves as a reference point by which the names of the notes on any other line or space of the staff may be determined. Only one clef that references a note in a space rather than on a line has ever been used, so they only go around the line. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Here's the assignment. You are going to write your own Gregorian chant. So get a piece of paper and a pencil. I would turn your paper landscape orientation. Step 1, draw your lines and choose your clef. So across the top, draw either at least four lines. Now the early chants, some of them used 20 lines. So you have to at least draw 4. And then choose a C clef or an F clef and draw it on the line of your choice. Now, even if you don't understand music or what pitches that's going to mean, it's okay. This is kind of an exercise in understanding how it all works, and you won't be graded on your musical creativity. It's just showing that you understand how the chants were written down. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna show it to you. So I'll let you work on yours. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to use the F clef, and I'm going to put it just where they put it. So it's my clef. Kind of like theirs. All right, so that means this line is F. Okay, let's see what the next step's gonna be. choose the text for your chant. So these are words from the ordinary part of the Mass. The Kyrie, Sanctus, and Agnus Dei are part of every Mass. Kyrie, Gloria, Credo, Sanctus, and Agnus Dei are often sung by a choir, if not by the whole congregation, during a Catholic Mass. So pick one of these words that you want to use for yours. I'm going to use Gloria. All right, next we're going to choose our neumes to put with the text. And we're going to make it either syllabic, melismatic, or pneumatic. Arrange your neumes to be either syllabic, 1 neume per syllable, melismatic, 2 or more neumes per syllable, or pneumatic, a combination of both. Here's a couple examples. Next, choose neumes to draw from the table of neumes and designate which notes will be sung with the text. So here is the table of neumes, and I'll let you watch what I'm going to do. So, I think I'll just do syllabic, Gloria. And I'll keep it simple. I'll do a punctum for my first note. Well, you know, it's gonna be melismatic because I'm gonna use some moving notes. I'll use a clevis for the re. And then, let's see, a pressus for the and I'll put it up here on this space. So, 2 squares. And then this one comes down and I draw another one like that. All right, that's my chant. Now, if I wanted to, I could draw a big, beautiful G and decorate it with flowers. If you want to, not required. Let's see if I can sing it. I said do, re, mi, fa. Gloria. There's my chant. So good luck, everyone. When you get yours finished, either scan it and upload it or take a picture of it and upload it. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Have fun.